Hey, it's Jennifer, and today I want to talk about the number one PT pitfall and what you can do to avoid this pitfall. Um, so basically, the pitfall is stopping your rehab too early. So as soon as you feel better, you're like, oh, I'm good, I'm done, ready to roll. This is kind of human nature. Like if you're feeling good, you're not feeling motivated to like continue working on stuff. Um, but I'm going to explain to you why it's really important. So we're going to use this little chart to talk about the PT journey. So most people come to PT because they're having pain in some way. So for this, we'll use the example of a runner who's having foot and ankle pain. So usually what's happening in that case is your threshold, let's say, is right here, and you've been working at a level like right here. So your tissue capacity is not up to what you're trying to do with your body. So that means that you have pain and symptoms. So what we need to do is get your threshold, your capacity, above this red line so you don't feel pain and symptoms. So step one, we're just trying to reduce pain and inflammation, maybe restore range of motion if that's been lost, work on strength to get to the threshold being above your pain and symptoms. So most people are really good at step one. Then we get to step two, which is address the root cause. And that might be a combination of maybe the foot and ankle muscles weren't super strong given what you're trying to do with your body. Maybe we have some like suboptimal mechanics with how we're like placing our foot on the ground when we run. Maybe there's some training errors in terms of like the volume that's happening all the time or how often we're doing speed or hills or recovery or something like that. So we want to address those things here. Usually people stop somewhere in step two. Like, oh, I don't have any pain anymore. I can do what I was wanting to do kind of on a daily basis. I'm done with PT. And like, I am also guilty of this. So this is a we, not a you. Anyway, we don't want to stop here because let's say we've worked on some strength and we've gotten our capacity, our current threshold right here. If I want to run a longer race or maybe do some trails instead of like a road, if that's what I'm used to, that's going to be a little bit harder. And our current capacity, our current threshold, is just barely above this pain line. So anything or anytime we try to make something harder, we're just going to have pain and symptoms again because it's like catching up to our current capacity. So we want to build a giant buffer between what our capacity is and where we might get pain and symptoms. So that means here, continuing to build strength, even though you're not having pain at the moment. It means moving on to step three, so improving performance and mitigating the risk of recurrence. So working on those landing mechanics, working on like proprioception and knowing where our body is in space, working on using like elastic energy better when we're like jumping off of the ground, all of those things to make us more efficient and effective in what we're trying to do. So in this case, running, as well as have a nice big beefy strength buffer above this pain and symptom line. So that gets you to a place where if you want to do something a little bit more than your daily routine, and that demand line kind of increases up to here, our capacity is still up here so you don't run into trouble. So don't be the person who stops here because then what'll happen, you try to do something more, you get pain and symptoms again, and you're right back at step one. and you're just kind of in this loop of moving through step 1 and step 2. Work your way to step 3, and you'll be much happier with the outcome of all of the work that you've already put into your rehab. So I challenge you, if you're feeling good, don't stop your PT. Give yourself like 8 more weeks. Keep bumping up the challenge level of whatever strength you've been doing. Keep working on the skills to make you more efficient and effective with your movements. And that'll get you some better outcomes with your rehab. Thanks for listening, and I'm excited to see you all out there. Thanks.